Okay, things are going to get weird. Stick around. Hi, folks. Old Man Grognard here, and today we are reviewing Carcosa by Jeffrey McKinney, illustrations by Rich Longmore. Not Lawnmower, Longmore. And he does a great job. In fact, they both do a great job. This book, and here it is. This is my copy. You notice the other one has a little thing down here, but that got lost in a move, got torn or whatever. But I think it looks all the cooler this way because you don't have anything except for this little sigil down here, and you got this on the cover. This looks like an old Eldritch tome. I love this thing. This was originally self-published in 2008 by Jeffrey McKinney, which sold out. I remember that he made them look like kind of like the original Brown books in D&D. And Jim Raggi of Lamentations of the Flame Princess now publishes it. He got a hold of Mr. McKinney, and he said, hey, I want to publish this thing. And so he worked it over, elaborated it, and what you have is this. Let me tell you about it. In this book, now Carcosa it goes way back. Ambrose Bierce, an inhabitant of Carcosa, which was the story where it first appeared. Robert W. Chambers wrote The King in Yellow and mentioned Carcosa. And H.P. Lovecraft mentioned it many times. It's basically this far-off mystical land, kind of like Sarnath or something like that from Lovecraft. Very weird, very mysterious. Well, Mr. McKinney's version, it's a planet. But if you look on the inside cover here, this is the map. Either it's a very flat world or it's more like an island. I kind of like it. I would rather use it as an island. I'll tell you about that in a minute. He does have some game conventions. He says you can use this with any old school role-playing game, and it's true. It's true. But if you want to use it, he's got a few conventions in here that are optional to play. For instance, the dice. Every encounter, characters roll new hit dice for hit points. That kind of throws it back to original D&D, which is kind of neat. But they don't do it that way. He has a chart in here. What you do is you roll a d20, and that tells you which die you're rolling for the hit points. So if you roll a d20 and say get a 7, you look on the chart, oh, that's 6-sided dice. So you roll, say you have a level 5 character, 5 hit dice, you roll 5d6. Like that. Now, damage is even more interesting. You take one of every type of die, a d4, d8, d10, d12, and a d20. Roll them all together. Look at the d20, find out which die it corresponds to on the chart, and that's the die that does the damage. I find these interesting but cumbersome. I mean, I never liked it in the first place in the original books because it's just, it kind of slows down the game to me, okay? On Carcosa, there are 2 classes, fighters and sorcerers. If you're going by, if you're using this. There's also no demihumans, again, like Astonishing Swordsman. There are 13 types of mana, and they're different colors. They're, black, white, yellow, red, any colors of the rainbow. See if we can pull this up here. And here, by the way, here's some of the gorgeous art by Mr. Longmore. That's the dice conventions right there. And I'll show you more of the book in a minute. And it's just, it's interesting. It's very, very, what you have, let's see. You have black men, blue men, bone men, brown men, dole men, green men, jail men, orange men, purple men, red men, white, all fire men, white men, and Yellow Men. Now, you notice there's three things in here. Home, Jail, and Ulfire. Now, those are supposed to be color shades that don't exist in our world. So it kind of gives you a description of what they are, but some of it you really have to like, you have to use your imagination. For instance, Jail is a combination of Ulfire and Blue. Now, Dome, Ulfire, and Jail, like I said. The ones I find most interesting are the Bone Men, because basically they're called Bone Men because their skin is translucent. It's clear. So you can see their bones. Even their organs are clear. So they come across as bone men. I did a bone saucer picture one day just to get it out of my system because it looked really neat. I'll show it to you sometime around here. Or you can find it online. But those are the kinds of men. You also have Cthulhuid type monsters and some Lovecraft Cthulhu monsters. Primordial ones, which aren't around anymore, but their stuff is. You find their artifacts and things, and they are beyond man's comprehension. I mean, they'll do stuff, but you don't know how. They've been here for millennia. They also have aliens that have come down and captured men and experimented, whatever. Robots and animals that either are mutated or have had experiments done on them. It's a real hodgepodge. I went back to the review on Grognardia, and James Maslowski used the word bleak, which is the word I've been searching for certain things, like Lamentations of the Flame Princess, because I find all these things too bleak. And this could be one of them. I mean, being a multicolored man on Carcosa does not sound like a whole lot of fun. In fact, it sounds like you spend most of your day trying to survive. But there's another way you can go with this. This map here in the book, I mean, they have sorceress rituals and things. I mean, magic is dangerous in this place. It's along the line of Cthulhu's, might turn you might release something you really don't want or turn you crazy or whatever. And they're in there. But the bulk of the book, along with some monsters and things, is this map. This map, every hex in this map has something in it. That doesn't mean you have to put something in it. Anybody who runs a sandbox knows you don't put everything in everything. I mean, even in a dungeon, you don't pack it full. But every hex here has at least two things that are in there, and you choose whether those two things are in there, one or the other, or whatever you want to put in there. But it's more like suggestions. Like there's Ulfire mold in one hex. A herd of 7 mutant carnosaurs in the same hex. You can have one, both, or none. You'll have mysterious things, machines that turn up, you don't know what they're doing and stuff. Now, to use this book, this book kind of fires my brain. And I really like it. I have yet to use it in a game, but the day will soon come, because I think it would be perfect for something like Mutant Future. I would like to make this an island off the coast in Mutant Future. Or it'd fit perfectly as a mysterious land, once again an island, in Hyperborea. Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. Because you use weird stuff like that. In Hyperborea, they don't really go insane. Maybe they do, I don't know. Probably some of the sorcerers. But mostly it's like the fighters don't care, they just want to kill it. They just want to, stop the beast. It's a fell creature. And there's a lot of those around here. And there's enough alien tech to get a weird Barrier Peaks kind of feel. Maybe you could put this in Blackmoor. This would be a great place for Blackmoor. Oh, yeah. where do I find this? Okay, let me tell you where you find it. Oh, and there's also a great introductory adventure, The Fungoid Gardens of the Bone Sorcerer. Like I said, these things are kind of deadly, and it is kind of bleak, but I got kind of fired up because when this first came out, somebody, one of the websites did a wacky races across Carcosa, and I saw what a brilliant idea. Get a bunch of mutants and multicolored men and stuff, and give them like hot rods or whatever the heck they make, and let them go. It was more. I thought of it more as a kind of a combination of wacky Death Race 2000, and just race them from one end to Carcosa to the other and see what happens. That'd be great. Anyway, where to get this? Okay, you can go to the Lamentations of the Flame Princess website. They offer it a print plus PDF package for $44.24 US. Like I said before, the website's set up for euros, but that's pretty much what it comes to American. Or you can go to DriveThru RPG or RPG Now and just get the PDF for $19.98. And I think there's a lot of good stuff. And here's what the inside looks like. See, that's pretty much the way he does it. It's single com, but sometimes he does this table type thing just to make his points. There's some of the hexes. That's some of the hexes and what's in them, maybe. You just have like free reign in this. You can play it the way it is. You can use it with any OSR system. But the ones I suggested are probably the best. Even Gamma World will work. And also, if you really want to bend your players, if they're doing like a Thundar game or a He-Man game, send them over to Carcosa. See what happens. They will not come back the same. Okay, well, that's Carcosa. Go get it. It's a great book. It'll be around for a long time, so get it, and I will see you guys next time, I guess, with another review or something. And you can talk to me about this or anything else at oldmangrognard@gmail.com. And until then, I just gotta say bye-bye.